Hi, Dee.
Hi, Brianna.
How are you?
Tired.
Hmm. Yeah, you had work today.
I did have work today and I had to be up. I got up at 6 and I went to bed at 2 this morning, so I only got 4 hours of sleep.
Wow.
Yeah. And I barely ate breakfast. I haven't eaten lunch and it's dinner time. So
But you
like
had
I'm
coffee this morning?
I did have coffee this morning.
You just like me.
Yeah. My stomach was hurting from the coffee all day.
So, in today's episode, I think we had a really good last episode. I really liked that episode.
Me
So,
too.
today we're going to touch like a few more points that are more personal. So, yeah. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. So let's start with manifestation. I've been thinking about this a lot, and also I've been seeing a lot of TikToks about it.
Hmm.
So basically, like, and I put next to this talking point, I put positive and negative because I think there's both.
Yeah.
So positive manifestations. What was weird is I was thinking about something that had actually happened in the past, and this girl made a TikTok. She was like, I'm constantly thinking about somebody, and I'm like, wait, is that person manifesting me? Because I promise I don't care that much about that person.
Yeah.
So why am I thinking about them all the time? And then if you start thinking about them too much, you might see them or they might come back into your life when they're not supposed to. And I think that can be a negative manifestation.
Okay.
I think positive is like something that will help you move on. So, but it has to be in the present moment. Like, I am happy, not I will be happy.
Yeah.
That still means you're going to get there, not you are there. So, like, what do you think about manifestations and how can they be positive or negative?
That's okay. I think I briefly mentioned it last what is it called
What
episode,
about?
but but there is a huge thing with positive and negative manifestation. Obviously my For You page and your For You page is the exact same
Yes.
because I've been seeing a lot of those. But I do think that I didn't even think about how manifestation can it's more important in the present tense than it is in the future tense. I've always spoke things into existence in regards to future tense, not in present tense. So that one's new to me. Like how you were saying, speak about happiness now and today and not be oh, tomorrow or next month. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's I don't know, that's pretty big because a lot of tweets and a lot of TikToks and just social media in general, they're the focus of manifestation is for the future and not for the now. And that's why a lot of people don't enjoy their now. They look forward to the future more. So I guess I don't know, just focusing on manifestation positively now is huge. And I should look more into it because I don't really know that much about manifestation in general, but I do know it's a true thing, it's a real thing, positive and negative. Because girl, you can speak some negative stuff into existence and you don't even know it. So okay,
Also, I think that it's possible for people to manifest negatively on you.
that is true.
Like if someone's like, I'm trying to think of the saying, or they're like, well, they sarcastically say, well, I hope that never happens to you.
Ah,
You just manifested that for me to happen and that to happen to me in the future.
yeah, I
Like,
s- yeah,
yeah. So I feel like words definitely have power, and
yes.
speaking on other people definitely has power too.
Yes, it holds a lot of weight, especially if we did a little lesson today about it. I think it's criticize the idea, not the person, because once you start criticizing the person and saying, "Oh, that's stupid" or "You're dumb," that's I feel after so many times you are manifesting that energy, that spirit on that person, because they'll start to believe it. Like if I sit here and call you stupid every day, and then one day you're like, "Dang, am I really stupid?" You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that really does affect people, and like you said, the tongue does hold power, words do hold weight. And so if you're constantly
Okay.
constantly speaking negative at somebody, repeating the same thing over and over, you are manifesting negative energy and negative thoughts and actions on that person. Whether you know it or not, whether you mean to or not, just understand that what you say does hold weight, and you could end up like impacting somebody's present, their future, girl, even the past.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's we did talk about this last episode a little bit when I was talking about my daughter and how I feel like it's important to speak positively on her now
yeah,
so that she doesn't have to worry about validation from things that don't matter in the future.
yes,
Me saying that to her now means that that's her in the now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, little Alana.
Oh, yeah, she's so cute.
She's so precious, bro. I really hope that like whatever you're manifesting on her now does stick, because especially growing up as a black little girl, she's going to need that positive manifestation most definitely, because she's gonna have so many. Okay, well, I don't want to speak it into existence,
Mhm.
but based on the current climate of our nation,
Yeah.
there is a possibility, knock on wood, that she will
Mhm.
face so much like discrepancy and things like that. So just keeping those positive manifestations with her as she's growing up is going to be so important and so huge. And so,
Yeah.
yeah,
I can't wait to just see her like just grow up and just like as she's a little girl, like just see her being a little girl. That just gets me so excited.
Toddler Lana.
You know,
Ooh,
it's gonna be a lot of work.
uh, have fun. I
Mm.
will be supporting you through FaceTime.
Supportive auntie.
Yay, man.
So I guess moving on, we're gonna talk about being empathetic
Yes.
and or being an empath. So I wanted to ask you, do you think you're an empath or do you think you just have like what am I trying to say? Like do you think that you often like feel what other people are feeling?
I feel like it personally depends on the situation and the way that they describe what they're going to. So like that's the space in between what I just said, like depending on the situation
Mhm.
and the way that they describe it. Cause like if I know like somebody's going through a situation like and they're not even going into detail, but it sounds similar to something that I've been through, then I personally feel like in that moment I could be empathetic or show empathy towards them. But like if they're telling me a story or telling me about like what they've been through, and I personally like have never experienced that, but like the passion and like the way that they talk behind it, I
Mhm.
feel like it makes me like feel like I've been through that. And like not saying like I'm putting myself in their shoes to give them advice on a situation that I've never been through, but like the way that people describe something that they've been through, or like when they open up to like to the point where you like you know that like they're serious about what they're speaking on, then I personally like I feel like in that moment I show empathy. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Instead of like, because like we talked about before, like we hit start, there is a difference between sympathy and empathy, and a lot of people don't know that sympathy is when like you've never been through a situation but you feel bad for that person or you feel sorry for that person. But empathy is when like you have personally experienced it or something similar to it and you feel sorry.
Right.
Wanted to clear that up in case somebody was like, girl, isn't that just empathy? You know what I'm saying? So want to put that one out there. But yeah, I feel like I said, it just depends on the situation and how the person explains what they're going through to me will determine whether or not I'm an empath.
Okay. So I feel like personally I feel like I am an empath, which sometimes can be positive, but is most of the time feels negative because even if someone doesn't directly talk to me, I feel it's weird to say this, but I feel like I feel their energy or their emotions. So
Yeah,
if something's off, I'm off. Or like the energy in the room is off, and you can really tell when it gets like that. And I feel like people who are around each other often, like in a household, like their energies bounce off of each other. So if one person is not okay, nobody's okay. Yeah.
not at all, girl.
Like even with people like I don't know or that I don't know very well, I feel like I feel too deeply for them when I should just like be like, okay, I don't know that person that well. I feel like I shouldn't take this so personally, but like some stuff make me cry.
Yeah.
Cry all the time. I don't I don't want to cry when I watch movies. This stuff should not be making me cry. Pose, when I finish Pose, I'm like, why am I crying? I'm not in this situation. Why am I crying?
Man, I
Yeah.
felt that I cried at Kissing Booth. I don't know if that's the same, but
I didn't watch that.
the first you didn't watch Kissing Booth?
No.
Man, I
I
didn't understand.
I heard it wasn't good, so
The okay, no, it wasn't. But like the summer before senior year, I watched it every day,
oh, okay.
and like you said, girl, I couldn't relate to the ending at all. Like there was no dude dressed up as Batman driving in a car next to me, revealing his mask, saying "I love you." No, girl, you have never experienced that. But at the end, I was like, sis, your man really ended it. And my dad was just like, turn it off. Turn it off because why are you crying? Wow, boy, wow.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I understand like what you were saying about how like you put too much of like your emotions,
Mhm.
start to feel it, and then sometimes it can be draining if you constantly keep.
Yes, it can be draining. Like, back when I would be, like, in a public space,
Mhm.
if there were too many people in a room, it's like I could feel everything going on in the room, so I would have to, like, go somewhere to be by myself, to be quiet, like, because there was too much going on. I felt like I could feel everything going on in the room, and it was so weird.
I think it's because you're a Pisces.
Probably.
Yeah, I was like, you're. It's because she's most definitely.
Yeah. I'm very emotional.
Yes. I'm emotional. It's like an occasional thing. It comes in waves.
Yeah. He's
Um,
a Capricorn, by the way. We
yeah.
said this in the first episode, but
Did we?
just to reinstate that, I think so.
Okay.
Maybe we didn't.
Well, I was gonna say because we never mentioned birthdays in the first episode, so
Yeah, I
people.
don't think we did.
Yeah. So
I'm February 26th, and Dee Dee is December 24th.
yeah. So like heartless and emotional.
Wow. And
So
I'm a daydreamer and emotional.
yeah. What I think one of mine said a realist.
That yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I would tell people how it is. Like,
That's so
you know,
crazy. I think we're like complete opposites.
we really are. That's
Yeah.
why we were like, "Do you think you're an empath?" I was like,
Yeah, our answers were completely different.
I was like, I mean, yeah, it truly depends on like the situation or like who it is or like how they describe it. But other than that, this sounds terrible, but I truly don't care.
I wish I could be like that, to be honest.
Like, or I'll just like people will come to me and I'm just like, look, I'm gonna tell you this because everybody else is trying to be nice to you,
Mhm.
and then I'll give them like straightforward how it is because that's my sign. That's
Now, but how
me.
do you feel like, say someone who did you wrong or
Mhm.
like is still doing you wrong, if they go through something bad, how do you feel?
Ooh, I literally go, ooh, that's tough. Wow, wow, and then I just don't care. Like I like literally like I don't really like I do like I'm trying to like put it a nice way, but I kind of sort of don't care. Like there's a situation going on now. I don't want to go into detail, but like a
Mhm.
past person in my life, like they had an issue and then someone was telling me about it and I was like, "Listen, I love you, but like truly, I don't care. Change the subject." And they were like, "Oh, oh, oh." And I was like, "No, like I'm being so dead serious. Like I don't."
Yeah. I'm
But
I'm learning to do that right now because something happened very recently, and I was like, you know what? At this point, I just have to be like, it's whatever.
yeah.
Because also, I wanted to mention that I'm trying to get back into my spiritual life. So I'm trying to understand, like, this is not my problem.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Yes. Sometimes you just gotta let go and let it guide you
Yeah.
because you can't continuously put like other people's problems, other people's burdens, or even problems or burdens that people try to make it seem like it's your fault. You can't keep all that in and you can't constantly harbor that and then
Because
try to
what's
work
that's gonna do for me? Absolutely nothing.
nothing. It's just gonna make it worse on you. And
Yeah.
No, you do not need that. So sometimes you truly just got to be like,
Yeah.
well,
Then I'm taking the weight off that person because I'm taking the weight of whatever they're going through.
exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening because they're like, ooh, dumped it all on Brianna. I'm
Yeah.
good. Don't have to do it anymore. And here you go, trying to juggle everybody's emotions, trying to juggle your emotions, trying to juggle Alana. Like you got a lot. You just got to, girl. It's what are those people that do that? Juggle. You're a
Juggler.
juggler. Like,
I don't know if you've ever heard of the term energy vampires. I
what?
don't I don't know much about that, but it's basically people who just like take and take from you and who just dump their bad stuff on you so they can take the good from you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Damon.
Stop. I'm on season 8. Stop.
But that also that dang, hold on, wait, I had it. And then oh no, okay, so that also like I don't know if it technically can go with what you just said, but I feel like it does at the same time. I just saw this tweet. Well, I didn't just see it, but like it just re-popped into my head about how like I make sure like your friends are in a good mental headspace to
Right.
like to provide a listening ear. And like I was like, ooh, that's really good because there were so many times whenever like well, one of my old coping mechanisms was that I would just be a listening ear for my friends and I would just take it all in. Like I would just be like and they would just boop boop boop, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't good for me and I wasn't in a good like mental headspace in order to hear that advice. So now I literally that's even before I text you, I'm always like, are you in a good headspace for me to
Yeah, I noticed that. I
yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Yes, because like so many times I and then like I have another new friend. His name is Dion. Love him. He's so sweet. And
Mhm.
like he always texts me. He's like, "How are you doing, boo?" And I just feel bad because like the first two times he texted me, I was like, boom. Like I was just like, I hate school. I hate life. My professor's an a-hole. Blah blah blah. And I was like, wait. Like I never asked him and I spew this on you. Is it okay? And so like that's what really like made it click to like make sure my friends are in a good headspace so that way I don't just constantly dump my problems on them, which I don't usually do anyway. But like, you know what I'm saying, just for
But you
future.
know, other people are going through stuff too.
Yeah.
I feel like me and you, whenever you rant, I'm ranting too. Like we go back and forth.
We're it
We'll be
together.
having a conversation on Snapchat and iMessage.
No, but and no and DMs.
Yeah.
Yes. Because sometimes you just gotta I'm glad we get it out at the same time though.
Yeah.
Because other than that I'm always asleep. So you gotta catch me whenever
Well,
I'm
I'd be calling her at 11.
yes.
No answer. She's like, sorry, my phone was on Do Not Disturb and I was asleep.
And that's either 11 a.m. or 11 p.m.
Hmm.
So like literally, but yeah, that okay. So I gotta continue to still do that though because there was a situation like this past weekend where I was going through like I ended up not going to anything Juneteenth related, and I'm so upset about it because I ran into a past sin is what it was on Wednesday. And it literally put me in such a bad headspace where I hated everybody. I did not want to talk to anybody. Everybody made me mad in the slightest way. Like I called Brianna a solid 6 times in 3 days. It was like,
Yeah.
everybody's effing pissing me off, blah, blah, blah. And that's because like I wasn't in a good headspace. And then I ended up just dumping all that on Savannah. Now I kind of feel bad. I
Mm.
didn't say, Savannah, can I you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I should probably apologize and then ask her, does she want like a slushie or something? Okay, Moxie's the last part. I'll just apologize because like I don't feel like buying anything right now.
So next I wanted to talk about but I want to ask you first your thoughts on forgiveness
Yeah.
and your thoughts on moving on. Because I know last episode you mentioned this a little bit, so I wanted to like open that up more.
Well, I'm still working on the forgiveness part. It's a slow process, but
Hmm.
I am doing good. Go
So,
because
like, do you think you have to forgive first to move on, or can you move on and then can you move on without forgiving, or can you move on and then forgive?
I personally like I hold on, I just mixed my sentence up. I personally feel like it depends on the type of person you are. I'm
Mhm.
the type of person where I cannot move on until I forgive.
Okay.
And I've tried to just move on and then forgive later, but it's not working. And here I am 2 years later still crying over a nigga, I mean a dude.
Don't.
You know what I'm saying? Because I still haven't forgiven like this person or anything for anything that they've done to me. So yet I haven't been able to move on, and it's barring my love life. Let me tell you something. I can't get a boyfriend because I'm still stuck on what happened 2 years ago. But there's just something in me that's like not allowing me to forgive him because like I feel like if you forgive him, you're weak. Move up. There's still like this whole like mental thing going up here with like forgiving him, but there is another situation where like the an old friend, they did me dirty, like really like grimy.
Mhm.
And I held a grudge for like 2 months. And then we ended up in like a Bible study together, me and the person, mind you, me and the person were in a Bible study together. And then it was on forgiveness. And they were like, well like they were talking about the statement for forgive and forget, and then somebody was like, well, what if like you do something wrong to somebody and they tell you, I forgive you but I'll never forget. And then someone's like, no, because I feel like that mocks next the whole forgiveness thing, blah blah blah. But I feel like that is important because even though like you can forgive somebody and never forget what they did to you. And that never forget isn't like still holding on to what happened. It's just understanding what happened and understanding that that is the reason as to why you should not go back to that person. That's
Mhm.
the meaning behind the whole like forget, I'll forgive you, but I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
And ever since like I heard like somebody describe it that way, instead of, because there was like two different, like there was a whole debate because somebody was like, no, because if they say that then they don't really, they don't really forgive you, blah, blah, blah. And then we also talked about how forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you, in order for you to move on. Because regardless of if you forgive somebody or not, that's not going to change how they are. But it's for you to understand, okay, like you forgave them, you understand that like what they did to you was dirty, but in order for like you to personally move on, you just got to be like, bye. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta like push it out of the way yourself,
Mhm.
but always keep it in the back of your mind and understanding that like, because there have been times where I'm like, well, maybe I overreacted, and then the whole never forget part comes up, and I'm like, ooh, I did not overreact. I understood exactly why I left that person and exactly why that situation was not good for me. And I keep pushing and I keep moving forward and I don't go back to hanging out with that person or being like associated with that person. So I feel like again, the whole like forgive and move on or move on to forgive, it truly depends on the type of person you are because I hold grudges,
Yeah, me
and
too.
if I don't forgive, then those grudges will still be held and it affects me. And I even had like this internal conversation about that the other day. So I'm really glad you brought this up
Mhm.
because after I saw that person, like, and I was a wreck for 3 days, I was like, what the hell do I still feel like this? My ancestors are pissed because I'm crying on a freaking Juneteenth, blah, blah, blah. And then, mine, Jesus was like, it's because you literally have not forgiven this person. I was like, but I can't. He was like, okay, well, until you can,
Mhm.
you gonna still be crying over him. And I was like, bro,
But it's so hard. Like,
so hard.
so hard. I'm not even gonna go, like, I'm not gonna talk too much into detail, but like there's somebody that I still think I'm holding on a lot of grudges to this day. Some recent grudges too. But
Mhm.
like in like the past like it's probably been 3 years now, like the grudge I was holding, I'm still holding that because like wow, you're a terrible person.
Yeah,
But like I I honestly don't know if I can ever forgive that because like
yeah,
they're a terrible person.
understandable.
Like I've definitely moved on. I have a new boyfriend, but I hope to marry. I have a daughter.
Stinking.
I have a huge new family. Like so I think I've definitely moved on. But
Yeah,
I think forgiveness is really hard.
it is. It is extremely hard.
Yeah.
And it's very like it's a very tedious process. But I also feel like it's a tedious process depending on the situation. Because there are some people that I've been able to forgive with the quickness and move on. And then there's some people that I've been able to forgive slowly, but end up becoming friends with them. So I also like it depends on like the type of person, the situation. You know what I'm
Definitely
saying?
situational, yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like some things are so easy to forgive. It's like, yeah, we can move on from this.
Exactly.
because I know you didn't even mean it like that.
Yeah,
But
you're
some
just a
people,
little.
it's just like, no, you're like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And then like that even goes with like this like there was this one tweet that I saw. I just love Twitter. I like just restating all the tweets that I've seen. But I don't know. I think it was like a year ago when it was like the whole concept for forgiveness is weird to me.
Mhm.
And I was like, at first I was like, yeah. And I was like, hold on, Edie. Hold on. Because
Yeah.
you're not like, because she could easily like be able to move on without forgiving somebody. But
Mhm.
for me, I'm the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly like people can move on and then later look back and be like, okay, well, I'm over it. Like, I forgive that person. You know what I'm saying? And then still be at peace. But like, can't relate.
Yeah, there's definitely some people I need to forgive so that I can actually move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this takes me back to a tweet. I think it was last year. Kiki Palmer tweeted, "You need to forgive your parents."
Mhm.
And so many people were cussing her out in replies because that's a very broad statement.
Yes.
That's a very broad statement for something that can be situational.
Yes.
Because not everyone's parents are great. Not everybody has great other family members. So, no, not everybody has to be forgiven.
Yeah.
It's a personal thing. And I think it would truly help, like, your own self. But
Yeah.
not everybody can do that because
Yeah, I was gonna say.
some things are truly terrible.
Yeah, like it's deeply rooted and it's not that easy to forgive somebody. So like making a statement like that, be like, you need to you need
Especially in black families, as people who should be 100% united, it's definitely deeper than that.
yeah, there's a lot of deep rooted generational trauma that stems from so many different aspects. So it's a lot harder to forgive within the black community
Hmm.
in general.
And
Like,
often I feel like black people push things aside and where they're like, oh, they're my parents. Of course they did that. Their parents did that to them. Okay, but are you going to do that to your kids?
yeah,
Like, does that make it right?
exactly.
Especially people who were like beaten as kids. Like, I don't think you should do that to your kids because they're like, oh, I turned out fine. No, you didn't. You have a lot of issues. You kind of need therapy.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
flinch when somebody gives you a hug.
literally.
But yeah, that Kiki, okay, listen. Kiki Palmer stresses me out in general.
Honestly, I was riding with her until she tweeted that. I was like, no,
Hmm.
nope.
That's just like saying Summer Walker's baby needs to forgive her when it gets older.
I
That
hope, I hope my daughter wouldn't forgive me if I was feeding her mushroom powder. I hope she wouldn't.
bro, oh my God, so, who, bro, I'm just,
I think she did get the people called on
yeah, I
her.
was about to say because she has not posted. Well, actually, no, she has been posting with, but I don't know if it's the same baby because the baby that she been posting now got meat on his bones. So
They probably gave her formula.
please shut. Or they took the baby away and she watching somebody else's kid. Now I don't know why. Because apparently she was holding her niece or something. She's like my favorite niece. If I found out that if you okay, listen, if you found out that I was
Mhm.
not feeding my kids, why would you send a lot of to me?
Right. Also, I was telling you how Erica Badu was her doula.
Yeah, I heard.
So is Erica Badu telling her to feed the baby that stuff? Because that stuff babies literally can't digest. She was giving the baby honey. That can kill babies. Like Miss Badu.
Nah, I've heard Erica Badu is pretty problematic.
Yeah,
So
she definitely is. She definitely is.
I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
wish she didn't have good music.
Now, the only song I know by her is called Tyrone, and I haven't even listened to it myself. So,
Okay.
so I'm glad I haven't listened to her music because I'd be like, ma'am,
See, that was the problem with me in high school. I was like deep into her music, and then she started tweeting all this crazy stuff. I'm like, okay, you just had to do that.
I feel bad for Puma, unless Puma is exactly like her.
Right. I don't know. You never know what's going on in people's families.
Never, you never know. They look the same though,
They do.
and Puma can sing like her mama too. Have you heard her TikToks?
Yeah.
Man,
I can't believe like what is she even 18 yet? She's younger than us for sure.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought she was like 22.
No, she's younger.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Yeah.
think she's in college though.
Oh, okay. So she's probably like 18.
Yeah, I was about to say she's probably like 18. I
Yeah.
didn't even know Erica had a child until TikTok.
She's got like two sons too.
Oh, okay.
I think. Maybe one.
There's probably a reason why we don't know about him.
Stop.
Saying, I mean, if Summer's baby is eating honey and goat cheese or whatever she feeding the baby, and Erica is backing it,
Wow. What else? Okay. So I actually did not get a quote of the week this week.
I didn't
So
either.
you didn't? Oh my
No.
goodness.
Can we
We
do a song
suck.
of the week?
A song of the week? Okay. What song have you been listening to?
Um, Happier by Olivia Rodrigo.
Please stop.
I'm
Get
being so
help.
dead serious.
Get help. Let me see what I've listened to lately. Why is my recently listened to song favorite crime?
All the things I did.
I was actually trying to learn it on the guitar, so that doesn't count.
That's so good. Man, okay, well, if you were trying to learn it, then obviously it doesn't count.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been listening to like just my playlist lately. Like I was cooking for Father's Day, so I
Mhm.
was listening to this playlist I call Late Night.
Mhm.
So that's like some chill music, some 90s music, just a little bit of everything.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, JoJo. I love JoJo.
Siwa. Just kidding. I know who
Wow.
you're. You're talking about R&B JoJo that everybody thought was black
Yeah.
because oh wait, it was the song. Don't tell me what it is. Leave, get out, right
Yeah.
out. Yeah, that JoJo.
Yeah. So
Oh.
yeah. That's what I really listened to lately.
Mhm.
Was that playlist.
I want to find another one because mine was like sad. Let me think.
That is
Transparent Soul, obviously.
Yeah, I think she has a new song coming out soon too.
Really?
Yeah. She like posted a little snippet on Instagram.
Man, Willow's so talented. Okay, TikTok might have put me on, but I'm glad that they did because I still swear to this day that okay, so the first time I heard Willow was Wait a Minute last year during quarantine, boom. And so
Mhm.
I was like, okay, she's actually good. And I went to go look up her music, and the only album that was on Apple Music was the Aphrodite
Deity. I
no,
don't know.
Aphrodite is most definitely a Greek goddess.
Bro, wait. I at art okay.
Isn't it like Aphrodicus? Dictus?
No, art Ardipithecus? I don't know what that word is.
It's the album with like the colorful people on the top.
Yeah, I have it pulled up. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That was the only one that was on Apple Music. So
Uh,
whenever everybody was like, she has other music, but I was like, no, she doesn't. She has one album. And I go back like
SoundCloud.
3 weeks ago, there's 4 albums. I said, hold on. Because
And
y'all
her
not
stuff
gonna
her
make me
stuff used to be on SoundCloud too. She used to put everything on SoundCloud.
okay, I don't trust SoundCloud because I'm gonna probably type in one of her songs and I'm gonna hear some girl from
Something
Nebraska
fake.
sing. No, SoundCloud scares me because
I don't
anybody can put
use it
anything on
anymore.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, I don't use it anymore. I used to think like, yeah, this is legit.
No.
No.
I mean, I heard a Trap Jingle Bell song once. That was good. Other than that, I don't
It
listen
was
to
good.
Jingle Bells. And then I think he said, I just got a brand new Glock.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
And of course, it was Christmas time when I heard it. And every single time I drive back from work at Amazon, it'd be 4 in the morning. I'm like, Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells.
You're gross.
Bro, no, I'm gonna send it to you because this goes so hard.
Okay.
It's good.
Well, I'm glad that we had this. I feel like this was a more lighthearted chat than last week, but it was still really good.
It was necessary as needed because you just had to bring up forgiveness.
I know. You put it in my head.
I shouldn't have because now I'm a just after we end this, I'm gonna just be sitting on the couch like,
It's something I gotta think about too. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
No. And then I'm never mind. I was about to say I was gonna go through lurk through Instagrams and stuff, but like
Don't do that.
that's
You
that's not a
know,
good idea.
you know how hard it was for me to stop doing that. I was like, at this point, I'm not even on his profile anymore. I'm on his family members' profiles. I didn't stop.
Because that was me yesterday.
I'm like, all right, so I can go to here and then go to this person's profile to get to this person. And that's when I was like, you have a
No
problem.
problem, right? I just saw a tweet about that too. It was like, I'm so glad I'm over the lurking area because why did I go out of my way to find information that was going to hurt me?
Right. All
I'm
it did
like,
was
bruh.
sometimes though, there was this post that I screenshotted and sent you like 2 years ago because I
Mhm,
found out something that I didn't know. I'm
mhm.
actually glad that I saw that because it helped me move on a little bit.
I'm so
So I
happy you
was
found
like,
that
yeah,
too.
I was like, oh, okay. Anyway,
And we move forward
mhm. And
swiftly.
you know, I did my little tea about a few months ago,
Yeah,
so
you did. You
mhm,
did. And I said, hold on.
had my moment because I was quiet for so long. I'm like, you know what? Let's just put it all out.
As you should have.
hmm
Good job, Brianna.
Thank you.
I'm glad you finally spoke your piece because you always hold shit in. And I'm
Yeah.
like, girl, speak up for yourself for a
This is not
minute.
problematic. Like I am internally, not externally.
Okay, speaking up for yourself is not problematic. I do it every
It's
day.
not. It's not.
And the way you do it, you always do it with class. Now, if you were like, y'all over here talking about me, but y'all don't want me to talk about how you
I
got
could have done that. I was gonna do that, but
now
I was
that's
like, you know
problematic.
what? Yeah, I was like, you know what? So in what I said, I sprinkled in the word respectfully because I was
Yeah,
like,
you
the
did.
word for word, what I said was keep that same energy respectfully.
Said,
That
boy, I
was
tell you, I
funny.
read it about 3 times. I said, I re-downloaded Facebook just to read it. Just to read it. And
Yeah,
me, my mama was like, yeah, tell them. Mm-hmm. They wasn't listening.
yeah.
They wasn't hearing
And
you.
honestly, I felt so good after that. I deleted the app and I moved on with my life.
Good. You left the app with a bang.
hmm
Because and I was about to get on there and if anybody want a box, my number is 27031. Oh.
Wow, you're a mess.
And I was about to
Okay.
say, my address is blank, 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 and you can meet me here. That's
All
what
right,
Savannah be doing.
well,
She'd be like,
I think
blah,
we
blah,
should
blah.
wrap up.
Huh?
I think we should wrap up because
I
I
just
think
wanted
we
to
should
stop
see what
talking
else
so bad.
about. Yeah. Wait, what?
I said, you just wanted me to stop talking so bad. You said, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
girl. Uh,
Well, I also want to say like I love your background, and I love your hair, and I love the sunlight on you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. I don't got nothing. What's that Tay Money TikTok? I don't got nothing to say, but I don't got nothing on my face. I don't got nothing on my hair. I don't got nothing
Please,
nowhere.
you're obsessed.
Hold on, wait. And I still look this good. And I'll still take your man. And I'll still keep my man.
Oh my goodness.
That's exactly how Miss Tay Money said it.
Obsessed.
Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Okay, time to wrap up.
All right. Well, I hope everybody listening has a great day, and I hope this resonated with you, and I hope you take something from it.
Yes, honestly, because as
Mm.
not kind-hearted as I am, I even took something from this episode, and I don't necessarily like showing empathy or sympathy
Mhm.
towards a lot of people, but it did open my eyes to the fact that maybe I should start sometime soon being
Yeah.
empathetic. So hopefully, like you learned about manifestation, both positive and negative. Don't be putting bad stuff on people, whether you're mad at them, happy for them, none of that. Don't be speaking ill of anybody because that can really affect somebody positive to present, future, and past tense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
All right.
that's it.
Love you, Dee.
Love you too.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.